Hello and welcome. These are horse racing selections for Sunday, the 10th of March. I am flatcapcallum and I'm hoping you are all very, very well. Alright, let's roll the dice one last time to try and get a confidence booster ahead of Cheltenham because this run is dismal. Statistically, still not quite as bad as last year's horrendous run. But it's a long one and it's a deep one, and it ain't fun, is it? Let's be fair, it's not fun, and completely understand people's frustration. There was a message on a previous video from Tam expressing his frustration. Loyal follower of the channel. All I would say is it's entirely up to you to what anyone else does, right? So channel stats, I have those. I put my actual real money on all these bets I'm talking about. That's what I choose to do. No one else has to do it. Okay, the last few months haven't been very good, have they? So if you track back to the turn of the year, it's not been very. Well, the first 2 weeks was fine. Since then, not been fine. We did make a profit in December, and we did make a profit in November. And if you follow in since then, that was like up 600. We're down to 30 for this year, so you still would be up 400 odd or nearly 400 odd. If you do exactly as the channel staking plan is. That is the reality, right? So people got to make your choices, and I know most people get that, but equally I get that some people feel sort of compelled to carry on because they have this huge fear of missing out, of the day they stop, the day it drops in. I'm only here for 2 more weeks and then I'm going on a break, aren't I? I mean, there's a tiny minority that will be rejoicing, but it is where it is, right? So I'm not going to bore you all week at Cheltenham going through all the stats and stuff like that for where we're at for the year. I'm just going to focus on Cheltenham for Cheltenham week. That's the plan. So this is the last vid where I'll be going through all the stats. They're all still in the description. They always are in the description. And the thing with it is, I choose to do everything in a nice, transparent way. So when it's going badly, the stats say it's going badly, and you just got to come out and you got to own it. And when it goes well, it goes well. Other people don't necessarily make stats, and they can. That's their choice, isn't it? Right. So the upside of stats is when it's going badly, you can say yes, this is when it was going well though, and when the downside of having those stats is it shows how bad it is as well. There's my little sermon to start us off with, right? So, how did we do? We got to do Sunday. So I'm here for Sunday, aren't I? Sunday, 17 quid. That's what I'm doing on Sunday. Actually, the most I've laid out all week. There was some interesting stuff on the jumps, and I wanted to have a little play with the Southwell meeting. So there's not going to be a video for anything to do with Monday selections, although the Taunton meeting actually looks interesting at this point. I'm not going to be doing a video. So this is the last video before Monday night's video for Cheltenham Festival Day 1. And there'll be a video for Cheltenham each night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night, ready to go. As I said on the previous video, not a guarantee of what that staking plan is going to be. So the thing I'm going to slightly amend from previous years is I'm not going to block it. The last couple of years, for last year I think it was £40 a day. The previous one it was £50 a day. I'm not going to guarantee I'm double staking it. So I might decide that I don't want to do that on any given day. There may be potentially Thursdays most likely that would be a double stake day. I'll wait and see when we get there. So Saturday. Jumps bet. That never even got going, did it? It's so annoying when you get the horse, like having a horse finish like mid pack or something, But no, it's when literally you get to the first fence, that horse isn't interested at all today. So no good. Lively Citizen ran a great race, and I thought turning in, surely we've got to get top 5 of that. And it faded to 7th of 17, I think it was. So wasn't far away. And then the next two went, that was second, and it just got a bit tucked in behind a bit, to be honest. It was a good second, should have really been a bit closer. Hudson de Grugy, tricky one to say what the real outcome would have been. It was placed, but the jockey lost his irons on the last fence and still managed to coast the horse in to a close third place. And then Kate Knows Best was a distance fourth. So three horses well, we needed 2 to be better, but there was 3 better than Kate Knows Best, despite it drifted to 28 to 1. So we only got a place double, which was pence back. Not far away from getting something a little bit better. So that sort of caused a bit of damage. And then Chelmsford, be honest, Chelmsford was just a bit embarrassing, wasn't it? Like you put up 6 short prizes, and one of them finishes in the first 3. I mean, jokes. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's all I'm going to say. I was happy with the bet. I felt the bet was good. The results on the night were not good at all. So 13 on 59 pence back, loss of 12.41. So we're down 18 for the week, with 17 going on Sunday. So worst case scenario is minus 35, but we are 231 minus for the calendar year. Last year we got to 270 before we started going back up the other way again. I'd rather not do that. I'm not the one who makes the decisions on that, am I? That's the betting gods. That's what they do. So, Sunday's bet. I have got an each way Canadian on the jumps meetings, and I've got a each way Yankee at Southwell. That is my offering that I'm putting out. So, here we go. 3 at Naas, 1 at Kelso, 1 at Warwick. 142 Naas, any road, 14s. I think that's a good price in the context of that race. I would be... I think it should be shorter. I'm just surprised it's not shorter. I'm not quite sure why it's that price at this point, but I think it's a very, very good price. Easy single figure horse, but should be. I had it about 13 to 2, so 14s is great. 217 Naas. I think that's the slightly better quality of the 2 handicaps. I mean, to say that they're not great, either of them. And my preference there is to take a chance on handicap debutant Ragman's Corner. It's definitely showed in a couple of maidens. It's got some level of ability. Whether it will drop on the handicap debut, I'm not sure. But there was nothing else I would want to be interested in that race. So on that basis, that's the only one I found is of an interest. At 25, happy to put it in the bet. 252 Naas. I'm going for a shorter one in the other handicap. Simply Shabra. That's definitely shown a liking for Naas, the form spikes up when it's run at Naas, so that's a very good sign for that horse. So that is in. 430 Kelso. There was a couple I looked at Kelso, but this is the one that's made the cut. Kingston Bridge 14s. There's a few bookies paying 4, which is why the bookie advice when we get to that is the case. There's 4 bookmakers paying 4 places on that 430 Kelso for Kingston Bridge. And then I'm finishing off with a big one, 50 to 1, Lions Peak in a bumper. 14 runners is not ideal in that 5.15, but I absolutely believe, looking through breeding, form, what they've done, that horse has got absolute potential to be a framer. So it's not one I'm putting in there. You know, sometimes I'll say, it's a 4th to 6 or a 7th to 8. It could be those things, but I 100% am happy to put that in an outright market bet. Lions Peak at 50 to 1. It's one of them races. A lot of people won't even bother looking at it because it's a bumper and they haven't got much form. But I think Lions Peak is a really good price, 50 to 1. 10p each way Canadian, 50p each way singles on the first 4. 70p, so there's no additional double on the bet. I put the additional money on Lions Peak because it was a bigger price. 70p each way single on Lions Peak. 1060 is the bet. Sky Hills 888 and Betfred are the 4 best bookies on the basis that everybody's 3, most are 5, everybody's 3. It's this 430 that makes the difference. That's the one where those 4 bookies are 4th place, which could be a helpful thing on that race. 1060, that's bet 1. And then I've got some shorter ones for my Southwell Yankee. So all at Southwell in the evening meeting. 450 Star Sheba at 8s, 630 Southwell at 7 runner. There's quite a few bookies paying 3 though. Quandary at 5s, 7 o'clock Southwell, Soames Forsyth 10s, and 8 o'clock Southwell, Cody Noir 8s. 20p each way Yankee, and we're doing 450p win singles on all of them, so that is 640, so it takes totals to 17. 365 edged it. Place terms are the same, but they've got best price guaranteed in the morning, and then the ones that don't, Sky Hills 888 and Bet MGM have snuck in there. So of the kind of the main ones, 365 Sky Hills 888, and then anyone who's dabbling with a Bet MGM account, this bet is perfectly fine for MGM. That is bet 2. That's what I've got. That is me. I haven't had a real look through the Tipster League stuff. I know there's a few people who, I think sadly had a few voided entries in there for various things from non-valid races and yeah, not non-valid races. I think was the main thing, and then editing that kind of stuff. So yes, unfortunately, there will be a few voiders in there. I think. Although people were pretty good today at not writing it randomly in the comments, so very well done for those folk who have succeeded in there. And that is it. I will be going away now, busily. Well, apart from like the obvious, like it's Mother's Day, so I shall be doing Mother's Day things on Sunday. But outside of that, I will be heavily into my research, and then getting ready the first video of the week. And we will see how we go. Last year it was a struggle all week. It was one of them ones I think overall we lost, but if you'd done everything as singles only, you would have around about break even. But there wasn't enough to therefore make it worthwhile in multiples. The previous year on the channel, it was a very good year, as a lot of folk will remember, might remember way back when. So yeah, who knows? All I can tell you statistically is personally, I win more Cheltenhams than I lose, but I can't win them all and I don't win them all. So that I will give it my best, and yeah, we'll see. And I think I said yesterday's video, I think Thursday's the better day for value, with Wednesday, then Friday, and Tuesday's my least preferred day. We'll see how we go. All right, see you for Cheltenham Day 1. Thank you very much. Bye bye.